All right, my fellow agents. Welcome back to Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, hosted by me, your master of musical mayhem, Agent X7. Today is Friday, August 15th, 2025, and it is indeed Seven Song Friday. Now we are doing, I know we did this one similar to this last week, but this is going to be one of the, what the original ones were way back when I started, because your humble agent has an assignment later on tonight undercover and underwater, and it's just got to fit what we can into the time we have. So we do have 7 songs, and the epoxies are not on one of them, but I just really like this from the other day, so I thought I'd use it again, even if the Zarn is still floating around there. But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe. You can vote in the poll if you watch or listen to this on Spotify, and let me know what you think about these songs. I think it's a good selection today. And let's just, let's get ready to rock and roll. Okay, we start out with a song from 2024. It's by a band called Future Islands. They are kind of a synth pop band, I guess. I heard this on 102.5, an independent radio station, which may or may not exist much longer. We never know. But this, it's from the album called People Who Aren't There Anymore, and this is called, what the heck is this thing called? Say Goodbye. And it's about a long distance relationship.
After we say goodnight, I smoke another 20 cigarettes before I close my eyes. If I'm up past midnight, might have a chance to say good morning right before I cut the light. When I wake up at dawn, I reach across the void, just hoping we can share a moment's time.
Okay, so you can tell it's very synth driven. Not bad. There's, I think, let me go back here. It's, I think there's 4 members in the band. They were formed way back in 2003 or even earlier. Oh, it says 2006. So it's Samuel T. Herring, who's the vocals, Garrett Welmers, keyboards, programming, William Cashin, bass and guitars, and Michael Lowry, drums, of course. I've never heard him before. It's one of the good things about independent radio is they're not bound to play this, the same 50 songs from the 70s and 80s and now 90s. I mean, really. I think Heart's a great band, but I don't need to hear Barracuda ever again. That's not indicative of, it's not, it was just been overplayed. So let's listen to a little more of Say Goodbye.
And then the evening's mine, and I can finally say I love you right before I say goodnight. Oh, why do I even try? When I don't want to say goodnight, and every day without you feels me closer to goodbye. I just need to make this world seem right. You just sleep tight, I'm on your side. Will you need to go to sleep?
Well, they just keep going. So let's say goodbye, and it's about 4 minutes long. Off their last LP or recording. I guess it's not really an LP these days. I liked it. I don't know that I'd want to listen to a steady diet of synth pop. I mean, but this one, it sounds cool. It's got a good beat. You could probably dance to it somehow. All right. So our next song was a big hit and is one of the songs you hear on the reg, and you'll know it right away from the beginning. So that is Don Henley currently, and this is Dirty Laundry. If it ever gets to it. But Dirty Laundry came off his first LP, his first solo LP after the first dissolution of the Eagles in 1982. It's from the I Can't Stand Still, which I did actually purchase. I didn't even own an Eagles album, but I had Don's first solo LP. And I got Glenn Frey's first solo LP on tape, on cassette, because there were no DVDs back there. A song was released on October 12th, 1982. Let me look here and see if I can't. I thought I Can't Stand Still. No, that would be about right. I have memory. Released August 13th, 1982. It's a great LP. I mean, really. I mean, even if Don is from Texas, he's still really a cool person, proving there are cool people from that benighted, pardon me, the great state of Texas.
But I wound up here. I just have to look good. I don't have to be clear. Come and whisper in my ear. Give us dirty laundry. Kick 'em with it up. Kick 'em with it down. Kick 'em with it up. Kick 'em with it down.
He had no idea what cable news was going to turn into. Speaking of Dirty Laundry. Oh, wait, let me go back here. Let's see who was on there. There's a lot of good musicians on here. That's Steve Porcaro from Toto, Danny Korchmar, who's a longtime friend of Don Henley and James Taylor. I believe Joe Walsh, first guitar solo. Steve Lukather, also from Toto, second guitar solo. And Timothy B. Schmidt on bass and backing vocals. And Jeff Porcaro on drums, also from Toto. So lots of Toto in here. And I think like four out of the 5 Eagles are on this LP. I think that Don Felder played some lead on here as well. So you could tell there was some distance between Glenn Frey and Don before they got back together. And well, that's just how things go. And I think we should be just happy that we could. All right. So as you might have guessed, our next artist is the Atlanta Rhythm Section, who are ubiquitous. We've talked about them once for Imaginary Lovers, and if you play it at a slower or a faster speed, it sounds like Stevie Nicks singing, or slower speed, I forget. This is from 1977. So Into You, which is they're a good band. I mean, you can tell that they knew what they were doing. But I got this given to me on a CD, and I apparently was not paying enough attention to what she was trying to tell me. Story of my life. And this is pretty much, well, we didn't meet at a bar. Well,
I was captured by your style, but I could not get your eye.
Huh. Sometimes you listen to the lyrics at a different time in your life and they say a completely different thing. So this was their greatest hit, reaching 3 weeks at number 7 on the U.S. U.S. Billboard Hot 100. So it did well in Canada. It was only blocked by Ego's Hotel California. So you used to hear Atlanta Rhythm Section constantly, but they've kind of fallen out, which is a shame. There's so many great songs, and even deep cuts that are even better than a lot of the singles. But they were a solid band. They're probably still touring in something. I don't remember. We talked about them quite a while ago, and boy, there's a lot of, I'm sure they're still touring. They may not have any of the original members left. Not uncommon for older bands these days. So let's do a little more of So Into You.
Now I stand here helplessly, hoping you get into me. I am so into you, I can't
I understand that thought. I mean, it's been a long time since that's happened, but I digress. Anyway, great song from 1977. Okay, I gotta get rid of take move from library. There we go. Now, this next song is a favorite of mine. It is by the Aquabats, who you saw in the preview there. There, that's a little big. I think that's the current lineup as it is. But this is from their LP called Charge. Core members, boy, 94 to present. Yeah, oh, Catboy. Yeah. Jimmy the Robot, Ricky Fitness, Eagle Bones, Falcon Hawk. Yeah, so a lot of them are still. It looks like most of them are still there. If you, I'd like to see the show again. It's been a long time. So this is from Charge, which is from 2004, and it is probably what I should have named my podcast. It is named Nerd Alert, and there's a video there with Space Ghost and a couple other people teaming up. So I should. Sorry, Lilith. I just had an idea. Yeah, I wish I'd have looked that video up beforehand. But we're trying to avoid copyright strikes or anything like that here. I love the Aquabats. It would be fun to see them. They were just here in Denver a little while ago. Looks like they just released a new LP or a new recording in 2024. So we'll listen to a little more. Did we put a what? Nope. That's coming up, which I'll have to look that up too. But let's listen to just a little more of the song. The Aquabats are great, and the video is fan made, but it has Space Ghost, kids running around dressed up as these guys. And all I remember is Space Ghost. Lilith, do you think I can say Space Ghost one more time? If you've gotten to this far, thank you. Oh, poor Lilith. All right, so there's Nerd Alert. So our next song, I just found out, was actually a cover song that the one we're going to listen to is the Clash one, because that's the one I have, and that's what's paid. It's what played on my iTunes. And of course, they are the only band that matters. But this first song, Police on My Back, was written by Eddie Grant. Yes, him of Electric Avenue and Romancing the Stone. He did the theme song for the movie Romancing the Stone, which I'm going to have to watch again because I really liked the first one. The second one, I don't remember too much. But, it's a great song by the Police. They just pepped it up, and, this is what it sounds like. And, there is a reason that they are the only band that matters. Oh my gosh, the energy in that song, just amazing. Of course, Joe was hopped up on amphetamines or something in those early years of the Clash. But that is Mick Jones singing, which I didn't realize. Now, a lot of the Clash sang. This version was only released in Australia to begin with. It's from Sandinista, and which I've never heard all of. So Eddie Grant was the lead guitarist. That is Joe Strummer, Mick Jones, Paul Simonon, and Topper Hedden. Lead drummer Ivan Leach. Yeah, they all sang vocals, which is pretty cool. I did not realize that for many years. There they are, Joe with his mohawk, and I think his teeth have been fixed up a little bit. I'm sorry, Mick Jones. He still resembles Jughead Jones. Somebody pointed that out to me well, Cream Magazine. Thank you very much for doing that to Mick Jones and pointing out that Andy, no, Stuart Copeland of the Police kind of looked like, well, they called him Pluto. So, which is unfair, but they could make fun of anybody, and they would. So at least they were equal opportunity offenders. Let's listen to some more Police on My Back before the listeners get on my back. All right. Yeah, Police on My Back. Boy, I love the Clash. I'm not even going to pretend that's just anything other than pure love from me for the Clash. Okay, so our next one, we are looking at the Phenomenauts here, a band that I discovered in the last 10, 15 years, along with the Aquabats and the Epoxies, because they all kind of commingled together. Haven't seen them either, but they used to play San Diego quite a bit.
Started with a perfect frame, high speed composite brain, made her smile, made her think I was funny. Keep her independent style, super hot melting smile, made her kind, I guess the situation's sunny.
So this song is called Cyborg. It's from their LP For All Mankind, which I highly recommend. Especially for the Science and Honor song, which is my favorite. For All Mankind was released 2008, and I don't know if they've ever had big hits, but they've been in Punk Rock Holocaust and Dead and Deader, Galactic Pioneers. So, yeah, great. Current members are Major Jimmy Boom, Lieutenant AR7, Chief Engineer Atom Bomb, and Lunar Captain Ripley Clips, Ripple guitars, 2015, 2012. Founder of the band is the drummer, Major Jimmy Boom. So that's only got 4 of them, but they probably have a rotating cast. Many of them have been in and out of other bands because, but I would like to see them live. He's saying he made this robot. Well, it's a robot. Or an android. It's not a cyborg. A cyborg is a cybernetic organism, meaning, of course, that you have. Well, let's look at one of the world's most famous cyborgs. Although she prefers the term bionic, which is bioelectronic, but she's a cyborg because she's got mechanical parts and organic parts to her that are incorporated mostly flawlessly. So our singer there is really talking about an android. If she's synthetic, if she's metal, she's a robot. It's a fine line, I know, and those are just my definitions. So, if you have a disagreement, let me know in the comments. That would be great. Let's hear a little more of Cyborg.
Made her sweater curvy and tall, made her not jealous at all, made her tough, but as cute as a bunny. But when I turned her on, she wasn't turned on by me. I guess Cyborg can see who they want to see.
So there's his problem. She didn't like him after he created her. So I wouldn't say she was a Frankenstein as long as she didn't kill him. But, cyborgs can see who they want to see, and it's not going to be the Phenomenauts. So sorry about that, dude. Great song, though. Oh, that was song number 6. And next one, we're going to have Leather Tuscadero herself. And she's doing a cover of the Dave Clark Five's Glad All Over. So if you can't hear Joan Jett in that, because Joan apparently was a Quattro head, I guess, followed Susie around whenever she toured locally. And she said she was always, Susie has said Joan was always in the front row. I don't know. I would assume they've met at some point. She is a tiny little person. I mean, small, because that bass is nearly as big as she is. And she's a really good bass player. It's off of her where'd that go? Let me go back here. Her 1980 LP, Rock Hard, which I used to see this and never pulled the trigger and purchased it. I didn't know she was Leather Tuscadero, but it's a good album. It's really good. It's got the lead song, Rock Hard, Glad All Over. Some really good ones. It didn't do much over here. It was her worst selling LP over here. So go figure. Well, Michael DeBarres did backing vocals. I think I say that every time I look at her, at this, at the people that worked with her. Wow, Susie's, and she's still touring and playing the bass at age 75. Good on her. I'd like to see I'd like to see her in concert. I'd like to see them all. I mean, just a really good song. Let's listen to a little more of Glad All Over, and then we'll wrap things up. So there it is, her sample of Glad All Over, and that's pretty much Leather right there. She still, I don't think she's gotten rid of that haircut. No, it's about the same. But good on you, Susie. Taught everyone how to rock hard, literally. All right, those are our 7 songs for today, Friday, August 15th, 2025. And tomorrow we will be reviewing The Fearless Hyena, Jackie Chan's directorial and writing debut, well, at least his directorial debut. And other than that, this is, until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out.
If I can only get unstuck, I'll be swinging at one of my most fearsome foes next week. How do you fight an enemy who's stronger than you? How do you escape when there's no place to run? Next week, I've only seconds to find the answer before the scorpion finds it for me with his deadly tail. When I first saw it, it was an ordinary paper bag. But I soon learned that things aren't always what they seem. Especially when they can change into any deadly form, like the sinister Sandman, the most dangerous foe this web-slinger ever fought.